Hello, my dear students, and welcome back to another fresh new episode of your homeschooling and digital learning process. Today, we'll be starting off with Act 3, Scene 4, which is a scene that tests the theme of loyalty, friendship, disguise, and deceit. Now, students, here in this particular scene, will find Portia adopting a plan in order to rescue Antonio. Got it? Next, we'll find that she hands over the charge of her house to Lorenzo and Jessica. Later on, she sends off Balthazar to Dr. Bellario in order to seek some help regarding the law matters. So, students, this is your digital classroom, and let's start our episode for today. Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Enter Portia, Nerissa, Lorenzo, Jessica, and Balthazar. Lorenzo, Madam, although I speak it in your presence, you have a noble and a true conceit of godlike amity, which appears most strongly in bearing thus the absence of your lord. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how dear a lover of my lord your husband, I know you would be prouder of the work than customary bounty can enforce you. So what Lorenzo is selling here? Lorenzo is selling here, Madam, although I speak it in your presence. That means Madam here is referred to Portia. He's telling Portia that although I'm saying it in front of you, when what is that? You have a noble and a true conceit of godlike amity. That means you have a noble and a true understanding of godlike friendship. Correct? Okay. Which appears most strongly in bearing thus the absence of your Lord. And what he's selling next? But if you knew that this particular fact of your generosity and understanding of godlike friendship appears most strongly in your behavior, the behavior that you're enduring right now. Correct? And this particular behavior is uplifted in the absence of your Lord. Lord referred to as Bassanio. Correct? Okay. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how dear lover of my lord your husband. Now he's referring to Antonio and he's telling, if you knew to whom you give this particular friendship and how true a gentleman you send in relief. Got it? Relief here is help. Now see, to whom, you can underline and write Antonio there. If you knew to whom you are showing this honor and help, and then he explains that how dear a friend of my lord is your husband. What he says, that how loving a friend Antonio is of your husband Bassanio. Got it? And then what he says? He says that I know you would be prouder of the work than customary bounty can enforce you. What he's telling, you would be even more proud that you had done this deed than your usual act of generosity. Got it? So what he's telling here, I know that you show more pride in the work than accustomed behavior can make you show. Got it? Here actually Lorenzo means to enforce the love of Antonio and Bassanio in front of Portia. Therefore he says that you would be more proud of this act than any other ordinary act of kindness. Portia, I never did repent for doing good, nor shall not now. For in companions the two converse and waste the time together, whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love. There must be needs like a proportion of lineaments, of manners, and of spirit, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my lord, must needs be like my lord. So what Portia is trying to tell here? Portia is trying to tell here that she has never regretted after doing something good, and nor shall not now. That means she won't ever regret for doing so. Got it? Next she says, for in companions that do converse and waste the time together, means among companions who sit together and talk and waste their time together. Got it? Whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love, whose souls are joined together. Got it? And they bear an equal burden of love. Here, actually, the comparison is with oxen and yoke. Got it? As oxen are joined by a yoke, in a similar manner, souls are joined together by the same bond of love. Here, she's talking about Antonio and Bassanio's friendship. Got it? Okay. There must be needs a like proportion of lineaments, of manners, and of spirit. What she's telling here, since they have spent their time, or since two friends spend their time sharing things like proportion of limbs, manners, and spirit, that means their characteristics, their manners, and their disposition of spirit should be equal, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my lord, must needs be like my lord. So what Portia is expecting here? Portia is expecting here that Antonio, being the closest friend of my lord, my husband Bassanio, must be indeed like my lord. He too would possess the same characteristics of manners and disposition, just like her husband Bassanio. If it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul from out of the state of hellish cruelty. This comes too near the praising of myself, therefore no more of it. Here are the things. So what Portia is telling here? Portia is telling here, if it is really true, what it is true, that if Antonio possesses the same characteristics as Bassanio, and if it really comes out to be true, then Portia has gained everything. What does it mean? See the line where she says, if it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed. What Portia is telling? If it is true, how small is the expense that I have incurred. Incurred on what? See the next line. In purchasing the semblance of my soul from out the state of hellish cruelty. What she's telling here? She's telling here that I have incurred to redeem the likeness of my husband's soul. She has somehow kept her husband's soul, referred to as Antonio, alive from a state of hellish misery. Remember, Antonio's condition is just like being in a state of hell. So she has somehow helped her husband's soul, that is Antonio, from a state of hellish misery. Now she understands that she's praising herself too much. So she says that this comes too near the praising of myself, therefore no more of it. Here are the things. So she says that this sounds as if I am praising myself. So let's not talk anything more about it and listen to other things. Got it? So what actually these lines mean? These lines mean that anyhow Portia has paid a good price and she's ready to incur any kind of expense in order to keep her husband happy. Husband, how he'll be happy? He'll be happy when somehow Antonio is saved from that state of hellish cruelty. Correct? So Therefore, she says that if it is really true, the cost is very little that I have paid in purchasing the image of my soul out of that particular state of hellish cruelty. Got it? So, here, if you check out the semblance of my soul, according to Portia, lovers must be like each other in form of a soul, and the close friends must also resemble each other. Therefore, somehow Portia is expecting that Antonio must resemble Bassanio, whose soul resembles Portia's own part. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house until my Lord's return. For mine own part, I have toward heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation, only attended by Nerissa here, until her husband and my Lord's return. So, what Portia is giving Lorenzo, she's giving here the commandment, the control and management of her house. Got it? See what she says? Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house. She's telling that, Lorenzo, I'm giving you the control and management of my house. Till when? Until my Lord's return. That means till Bassanio is returning back. And then she says, for mine own part, for her own part, she has taken a secret vow. That means secret oath or promise to heaven that she would live in prayer and contemplation. That means she would live in prayer and meditation. And who will accompany her? Only Nerissa will be attending or accompanying her, and no one else, until her husband and my Lord's return. Until her husband, referred to as Nerissa's husband, Gratiano, my Lord, referred to as Bassanio, return back. So got it? So these are the set of instructions given to Lorenzo, that the charge of a house is under his hands, and she has taken a secret vow that she'll be living in prayers and meditation. Who will be attending her? Nerissa. Till when? Till her husband, Nerissa's husband Gratiano, and Bassanio return back. There is a monastery 2 miles off, and there we will abide. I do desire you not to deny this imposition, the which my love and some necessity now lays upon you. So first, Portia has given the charge, control and management of her house to Lorenzo, and then she tells about a plan that there is a monastery 2 miles off, 2 miles from here. Got it? And there we will abide, there we will follow up and stay. We refer to as Portia and Nerissa. They can ask you in your examination. Got it? Okay. I do desire you not to deny this imposition, and I do hope that you will not refuse this task or this duty that I have given to you, the which my love and some necessity now lays upon you, which my love and my present necessity make me to place upon you. I have given you this particular task just because of my love and some present necessity that has arisen right now. Now, in reply, what Lorenzo says, Madam, with all my heart I shall obey you in all fair commands. Lorenzo says that with all my heart I will be obeying your commands that you have given me. Now, here, students, they generally give Lorenzo's speech and they test you what has just happened before. Now, they can give you about Lorenzo stating that, Madam, with all my heart I shall obey you in all fair command. And they can ask you, what are the commands, who has given it, what necessity is the speaker or the listener talking about. Got it? So you need to keep all this thing in your mind and then study the entire scene. Portia, my people do already know my mind and will acknowledge you and Jessica in place of Lord Bassanio and myself. And so, farewell till we shall meet again. So, what Portia is telling here, my people, that means my servants, do already know my intention very well, and they will recognize you and Jessica. You refer to as Lorenzo and Jessica in place of Bassanio and myself. Myself referred to as Portia. And so, farewell till we shall meet again. Till then, goodbye. Lorenzo, fair thoughts and happy hours attend on you. So, what Lorenzo is telling, pleasant thoughts and happy hours be with you, madam. Then Jessica says, I wish your ladyship all hearts content. Jessica says that I wish that your all wishes come true. May all your wishes come true. Then Portia says, I thank you for your wish and I am well pleased to wish it back on you. Fare you well, Jessica. Portia says, thank you to Lorenzo and Jessica. And then she says that I wish the same for you, that you too be happy and contented. Fare you well, Jessica. Goodbye, Jessica. And then they both leave the scene and go away.